Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the Bill of Rights. So let's do it. So this video is all about civil liberties and the Bill of Rights. So the Bill of Rights, we probably know, refer to the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. And what they are is essentially a guarantee of civil liberties. So what are civil liberties? Well, civil liberties are guarantees of protections from the government. They are restrictions on federal governmental power, saying that there are certain rights that the government cannot take away from us. These are fundamental liberties and freedoms that each individual person has. These are known as civil liberties. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go through the Bill of Rights. So we have those 10 amendments, and this unit is all about the application of the Bill of Rights, how we interpret it, how that interpretation has changed over time, why people disagree over, again, how to interpret it. So how free should speech be? What exactly does the right to bear arms allow a person to do? These are issues we're going to deal with throughout Unit 3. So for right now, though, what we're going to do is just preview, give a broad overview of these 10 amendments. All right, so let's begin with the First Amendment. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, as well as the right for the people to petition for a redress of grievances. So you can think your own thoughts with religion, you can speak them to others. With press, you can broadcast it to as many people as you want, and with assembly, you can gather up a number of your friends and colleagues, and you can try to make your voice heard that way. The Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms. We'll talk about that more in video 3.5, so stick around for that. Now, the Third Amendment doesn't really come up too much in this class. What it did, though, was it said there would be no quartering of troops in peacetime. So essentially, troops couldn't bang on your door in the middle of the night and tell you, you have 10 minutes, get out of your house. We're going to live here now. So that can't happen during peacetime. Fourth Amendment is much more important for us. Fourth Amendment says that there will be no unreasonable searches or seizures. So that word unreasonable, it's going to lead to a lot of controversy and a lot of debate. And so again, we will have that debate coming up very shortly. All right, so the Fifth Amendment has a number of moving parts. So most famously, there is the protection against self-incrimination. So you don't have to testify against yourself. That's because of the Fifth Amendment. It also guarantees that you have the right to a grand jury if you're being charged with a capital crime. There is also the protection against double jeopardy, meaning that you cannot be charged with the same crime twice. It also lays out eminent domain, which is the idea that if the government wants to use your property for some kind of public purpose, like a school or a highway, for instance, they have to pay you what the land or what that house, that property is worth. And lastly, there's also the guarantee of due process. You cannot be stripped of your life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So your rights have to be followed. And that includes from the moment that you are suspected of committing a crime through the moment that they are punishing you. And so Amendments 4 through 8 we call broadly the rights of the accused, and due process is kind of the linchpin for each of those. The Sixth Amendment guarantees you the right to a speedy and public trial in a criminal case. So public meaning that it can't be private, it can't be hidden, it has to be publicly available. We have to all know what's going on in that court, or have the ability to know what's going on. The Seventh Amendment guarantees you the right to a trial by jury in a civil case. So the Sixth Amendment, you have that speedy and public trial by jury in criminal cases. Seventh Amendment now extends that jury trial to civil cases. Civil meaning that it's about money, so a person suing another person. The Eighth Amendment protects us from cruel and unusual punishment. So there should be no cruel and unusual punishment. This one as well, we're going to notice how its meaning has evolved over time, because what society views as cruel or unusual can change over time. Additionally, the Eighth Amendment bans excessive bail. So when a person is arrested and charged with a crime, they can be set free on the condition that they pay bail to make sure that they come back and show up for their trial. But that bail cannot be set at an excessive amount. Now, the Ninth Amendment deals with unenumerated rights of the people. Essentially, this is kind of the amendment that says, hey, just because we listed a bunch of rights and freedoms and civil liberties that people have in Amendments 1 through 8, we might have forgotten something. There are other rights that people enjoy that aren't listed. So there are these unenumerated, unwritten rights that still do belong to the people. And the 10th Amendment guarantees the rights of the states. It says that everything not delegated to the federal government by the Constitution or specifically denied to the states are state powers. So they are rights of the states. The states have power over those specific areas of policy. All right, so this is my favorite unit of AP Gov. So stick with me throughout this unit because we're going to go into a lot more detail about these amendments. Find out exactly how much free speech we have. Find out what exactly is an unreasonable search compared to a reasonable search, and a lot more great questions like that. So until next time, this has been a LaMoney production. All right, thanks again for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you hit that like button if this video helped you, subscribe if you haven't already. Have any questions or comments, make sure you put them down below and I'll get right back to you. See you guys next time.